Hey, gang. How's it going? What is going on, guys? Is my audio okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Audio check, audio check. Right on. Right on. Alrighty, guys. Alrighty. Hey, hey, hey. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing good. Just setting things up here on my end, gang. Hey, Robert. What's up? What's up? What's going on, Evan? Chris? Chanza? Vondre? Eggman? Armani? What's going on? Aldo sold at 780. 780. Were you long on the NQ, Aldo, as I presume? Andrew. There you go. Currently in a short right now on gold, gang. As usual, I built up a little bit of a buffer on the day already, but want to take a stab at the shorts here. If I wanted to take 1R, I would have already sold already by now, but just gonna let it do its thing. Gonna let it do its thing. Probably shoot for 2R. I think 2R is safe, gang. 2R is safe. All good, Aldo. That's still a pretty good short, man. I don't know where entry was, but you don't want to be a prick for a tick, right? You don't want to be a prick for a tick. Alrighty, alrighty. What's going on, gang? What's going on, gang? For those guys, you guys have been here before. You know what to do. Every video, right? Drop them likes, man. Drop them likes. Let's get the ball rolling today, gang. Let's take a look to see what we're looking at here. I mean, we've had a decent retracement on the day already. Big spike. Opening over Globex today was pretty solid, to be honest. You can kind of see here, we opened up, we tested the level here, and we pretty much trended all the way up since then. So I don't want to be too aggressive here. It's kind of the reason why I'm like comfortable like with the short. I'm comfortable shooting for 2R, and not more than that because I am counted trending the intraday right now. Haven't checked out. I'm just gonna check out NQ on my other chart here. What's NQ looking like? We had a really solid short on the day too over New York, which was pretty banging. If you guys attended yesterday's stream, you guys will know what I'm talking about on the NQ. We had talked about this actually during the overnight session, about how what we were kind of looking for was a sweep of all-time highs before we continue moving further down. If you guys have been watching as well, you guys would have been keeping track and keeping note as well of the key spots that I've been watching, and they've been respected quite well actually lately. Again, you've been here before, you'll know what I'm talking about. We had the 793 and the 739, and they played out quite well for us today. So basically off NQ today, off the longs on New York session, had you referenced the 739 that I've been talking about for your longs, you would have been able to capture a pretty solid long to the upside. Opportunity here was about 140 points to the all-time high. Now, obviously, you probably wouldn't have caught it right from the base of it. So, humbly speaking, you probably could have gotten about 100 points, or safely speaking, about 50 points, depending on what your reason is for taking profit on your position. And then afterwards, when we swept the all-time highs, I mean, that was a pretty solid short trade as well. Kind of whether you wanted to take the retest lower high here at the level, or maybe if we want to take a retest lower high below the opening print. Either way, some really solid setups that we could have taken on the NQ overall. You can kind of see here later on again as well that 793 spot became quite important to us just during the power hour. If you would have tuned into our stream earlier on during power hour, you would have seen this trade as well, which they kind of massive short to the downside here. So that was a really solid play. As of right now, it looks like we're holding the same level that right now on the NQ. How's my gold position looking? Still kind of hovering. So 1R would have been the safer bet, obviously, as I kind of mentioned earlier on. That was the cleaner entry and exit, pretty much in and out within like 10, 15 minutes of the trade. So wouldn't have been too bad, but I'm willing to hold it. I'm willing to risk my a little bit of the buffer that I have in this account. And again, fresh reminder for the gangs who are just kind of just tuning in right now. This is my Take Profit Trader Pro accounts. They're my daily payout accounts. So these are the ones I generally trade the most. So closest thing to live trading, right? What's going on, John? You plan to stay up late tonight, man? Sup. What are you guys looking at today? You guys plan to trade tonight? You're just hopping on a chat. As always, if you guys are new, I often will take a lot of time to answer you guys' questions just because we are trading during a slower period of time of the market. So if you guys got any questions, whether you're new or you're experienced, feel free to fire up the chat there. More than happy to answer the questions as they come. Good morning, Massimo. You're in short on 76. Nice. Yeah, that was kind of a spot of interest for me. So, yes, Ivan, I am in gold shorts. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to bounce here at this spot. Don't know when you chimed in as well here, but I did mention that if I wanted to go for 1R, I would have been out of my position already by now. But I do want to see if we could get 2R. I'm accepting this risk here. How's the week of trading been for you guys so far, man? You guys green? You guys red? You guys break even? Typical Taco Tuesday. Oh yeah, that's right. It is Tuesday today. I had tacos yesterday, so I changed things up a little bit today. There was like a fusion Indian bistro place nearby, so we actually did like naan wraps, or yeah, naan wraps that were like butter chicken. I already had a beef burrito yesterday, so. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Tried to YOLO the account before subscription recently. Yeah, man, never works. Hey, Woozy, man, what's going on? I don't know if you're just working really late today or you're just tuning in late. I know it's really late for you over there on the East Coast. Yo. Gotcha. It's all good. I think even red days and red weeks, or red months for that matter, are good learning opportunities for us, right? So What's most important for us is that we learn from those opportunities. Something I used to say a lot back in my corporate days, where was that you never really lose. You learn today so you can win tomorrow. So what's most important for us is that when we take those losses and what have you, we take them as lessons. It's only a loss if you don't learn anything from it, right? Working the night shift, huh? Night shift. Going to NQ longs there, John? How are longs looking right now? Ah, taking the long off the level. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that 5 minute setup as well. We'll see how we fare against the VWAP here. What's your target on that, John? That's right, Robert. Always evolving, man. Always evolving. What's your entry and target on that, John? Hey, Lion's Edge. What's going on, man? I don't recognize your name. I think this must be your first time. And if it's not, my bad. I've never seen your name on the chat before. So if it is your first time, welcome. Welcome. I do my best to answer questions as much as I can. I know there's a lot of experienced and new traders that hop in these streams, so I'll do my best to answer them along the way. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm not really too sure exactly what your question is though, Lion's Edge. I don't know if you're talking about trading or business. I'm a business professional, so I do work with restaurants and what have you in across the country that I live in here. But you can always hit up my DMs if you're curious about anything. My DMs are the way to go. I'll drop it in here for you guys. That's my Instagram. So feel free to follow there. You can drop DMs there if you have questions. As of right now here, I mean, we're holding a pretty key spot here on gold. I mean, this bounce is kind of expected, or I shouldn't say bounce, but the hold. I have my stop loss here because I believe that if I do get stopped out here, then my trade is invalid anyway. So I have no reason to hold. I know some people might ask me why not hold my stop loss at the high of day, but I think if we break past this, we're going to break past high day anyway. So I'd rather protect my profits in that regard. Yeah, I figured, John. As soon as I flipped over the 5 minute time frame, I'm like, oh, there's your setup. Yeah, let's hopefully get those highs on the NQ. I'm gonna watch the NQ on my other chart here just so I can see what you're looking at here. I mean, that was a strong 5 minute candle, so I hope that works in your favor, man. So visionary, I would say that it depends on how experienced you are as a trader, and then how well can you disconnect. I like trading when I'm on vacation actually, because like if I'm on vacation, which as an entrepreneur you're really never truly on vacation, but when I'm away, I find that I actually trade better, just because like I have obligations to like step away and attend to events with my family and what have you. So it keeps me away from the charts, and so it keeps me away from over trading or like micromanaging trades. So I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. But with that said, though, if you think that the mentals of trading is going to affect your vacation, like it's gonna ruin your vacation because maybe you have a bad trade or whatever that may be, then I would advise you not to. You don't want your memory of your vacation be you blowing an account or whatever that may be, right? So Aldo, why do you want it to fail, man? We got our man John here in longs right now. Did you re-enter for shorts or something? What's going on, Patrick? Well, we got John right now long in the MQ. I'm in my shorts right now on gold. I could have taken it for 1R for those who just kind of hopped on, but I'm content right now with what I've got here. I'm just gonna hold on to it. I've got a little bit of a buffer on this account already, so even if I take this loss and if I take one more loss, I'll still have enough to take a payout for the day. So for the daily payouts. So, in terms of the uptrend that's on gold, I already did catch the uptrend. That's actually where my buffer was built on the day. I've been kind of watching this spot. I wanted to see if we could have the opportunity to potentially lock in a short trade on gold. Um, so yeah, I mean, naturally, like I said, I'm content with where my stop loss is. I know some people will ask me why not move it higher, but I think if we break back above there, my trade thesis is going to fail anyways. So you can look at what I'm doing right now as counter trending the intraday, or I'm just playing the trend on the larger time frames, right? So um, either way, either way. Oh, there you go. There's the pump. I got stopped out there. So I could have taken for 1 hour, but all good. That's part of the risk that you take, right? That's a big volume there. You can see a lot of volume coming into that candle there. What a push. What a push. So do you guys see what I mean though, in terms of like me respecting my stop? And I actually really want to talk about this because this is where for a lot of us, right, we'll look at this and we will just be like, oh, you know what? I wish I could have done this better. I wish I could have done that better. Remember what I said that I said if I'm content with where my stop loss was, which was about here. Give me 1 second. Just gotta I remember my point stop loss. So it was like about here, right? So I'm content with it because look at this. Had I been the guy that said, hey, you know what? Let's move our stop to the high of day, I would have given up 5 additional points unnecessarily, because my stop loss was 4 points. Had I gone for high of day, it would have been 9.3 points. So I would have given up 5 points for no reason, right? So just remember, and I think that especially for the newer trader guys, because I think that for a lot of you guys, you will especially when you're like trying to double down on your losers, you'll try to move your stop loss and try to micromanage it. But just you got to remember that like the stop loss is your best friend. It's there for a reason, right? It's there because it's supposed to protect you so that you can have more bullets on the chamber for other shots in the market the next time you decide to take, right? So and John, what a banger, man. What a banger. In and out just like that. Let's go, John. Way to go. Good long. That was a really nice setup there, man. So John here is one of my students here as well. We've been talking a lot. He's just been getting right back into things again. And yeah, man, the moment that was a lot. There was a lot of nice confluence there. I really like that. I like the 2 minute. I like the way that the 5 minute setup there. Got the reference point there as well. And then that 15 minute giving you a little bit more confirmation. What a win. Good trade, John. Good trade. I don't know where your exact entry was, John, but I mean, high of day was like 50 some points. So let's go. I take it you took that with 2 minis. Oh, we're pumping. We're pumping. Which drawdown do I have left? Okay, I'm still good. All right, let's see, 26.782. Yeah, I like that. That was a good entry. That's a good entry, John. Banger, banger. You're done for the night, John. You're done for the night. You don't even need to trade anymore. No more itches to scratch, okay? You're done. You're done. Cutting you off. Lock that thing up. Was there any news that came out? Let's take a look. Iran received some signs the US is ready to break the blockade. Must be war-driven news. War-driven news, gang. Good, John. Good man. Good man. You locked that bugger up, man. What a banger. Get into a trade 20 minutes in and boom, target hit for the day. Let's go. Gold is pumping too. So I don't know how you guys feel as newer traders or maybe even some that have been around for a little while. Whenever you see moves like this, unless it's part of your strategy to scalp momentum, not the best thing to do is to try to jump into this. It's the definition of either catching a falling knife or jumping in front of a moving train. You don't want to get caught into that. It's best to kind of see what price does and see how we hold before we make any decisions on what we want to do with price. especially for the NQ because we are so close to all-time highs again. We'll have to tread carefully. On the funded too, John. Is that the flex? Is that the flex one? The lucid flex? Hey, what's going on, FPS Game Freak? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. This is a fresh hourly candle for the NQ, so let's just see how we close here. Ideally, we want to close this bullish, sorry. Still got about well over half an hour here left, so 100% chasing trades. When people always ask me about like news and they ask me for my opinion, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I think that news is just an accelerant for whatever the price was going to do anyways. My guess for John, he's probably was risking 15 to 20 points is my guess on that long setup that you just took. Wow, gold. Let's go. We're coming up to a pretty important part here on gold. Like I would expect a little bit of a pullback once we hit the 792 area, 791. Yeah, I would expect a pullback here. We'll see. I don't know if you guys, for some of you guys that were on the last stream, I've been talking about I was messing around with scalp trading strategies. It's very abnormal. It's not my cup of tea, but this would be one of those things where if price moves up here, I'd be like again with the scalper's mindset here, right? We're not talking about the usual buy with 2, 3 R multiple risks, but yeah, I'd be open to scalping this to be honest. If price came back up here again, it'd be a quick 1R scalp if we did. Yeah, see, I figured, John. I was gonna say it was either gonna be 15 to 20 points, so banger, man. I think Chaz and Trade, it's a question of, do I believe in buying, selling pressure, or algorithm? I mean, it is. I think it's a fact that there are algorithms that obviously people trade algos, like it's a thing, right? I don't think that's a fallacy of a thing at all. As far as buying and selling pressure goes, I mean, I think there are always key parts of the market where you're going to expect to see um, heavier resistance or heavier support. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense if there are certain key parts of the market where price breaks, you expect a very fast momentum. I guess I'm kind of curious what your question is regarding that in particular. Jonathan, it was news regarding war. From what I can see here on the news feed, it just said Iran received some sign that the U.S. is ready to break the blockade. So, I don't know much about ICT at all, actually. Like I know of ICT, but that's as far as it goes. I know of ICT. I've heard like terminologies about like fair value gaps and like order blocks and stuff like that, but I don't actually know anything about it though. So I am no help when it comes to that. We're long 2677. Hey, nice. Yeah, man. Jonathan, you and the other John actually were twinning on that trade. He also took a long at 782. 781-ish, give or take. You guys both cut the longs, both Johns. Nice work. Do I want to scalp this? Do I? Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, right now we would need to get some good signals for shorts. I mean, earlier we did look like we were kind of setting up for a potential short, but this definitely didn't have follow through. One R would have been nice, and that was as far as I would have gone for that trade. I was in shorts earlier, but I didn't take profit on 1R. I was looking for two at least, but this pump just took me out, which is all good. Oh, there you go. The scalp would have worked. That scalp trade right there. What's going on, Mr. Black? Aldo, MM3 in the house. All right. So the Tokyo, which is referenced as the Asia market, Tokyo opens at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on basically daylight savings. But if we go back into the fall season, then it'll be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's basically would be 7 p.m. Eastern Time for you, Jonathan, I believe, if you're on the East Coast. Or right now it'd be 8 p.m. Eastern Time for you right now. So that's when Tokyo opens. London opens at midnight Pacific Standard Time, which would be essentially 3 a.m. for you in the East Coast. But that scalp would have worked out. That scalp would have worked out. Nice little pullback is expected. How much further will it go? I don't know. No problem, Jonathan. No problem. Ask away, gang. Ask away. John, I think most of the MM guys are probably asleep. It's pretty late. It's pretty late, man. They probably are on New York stream. Hey, what's going on, Danny? It's late for you too, man. If I remember correctly, you're in the East Coast as well. Ah, nice, nice. What's going on, winner? Did you just take a gold short like right now, or did you take a gold short earlier on when I was in it? Yeah, Leo. 12:30. Okay, you're 2 hours ahead, not 3 hours. Got it. Got it. Nice. Yeah, that was a wow. Look at that, eh? That's exactly what I was thinking of too earlier. I didn't take it obviously. I'm reading the chats right now, but that's what I was saying earlier. I'm like, there's going to be a pullback here. Like this is a good spot. Nice. Just had a student message me saying the same thing. John, you're not the only one that caught that long. Looks like we got a few guys in our group that caught that long as well. That was good. Now let's see how hard we pull back, if any. Got 20 seconds left of this 15-minute candle here. This area of interest, this was just based on lower high from the New York session that we had recently. Do I want to scalp the longs now since I didn't scalp the short? Is this gonna be a scalping night? I'm not a scalper, guys, by the way. I know I keep saying this, but I'm not a scalper. My students know that too. I'm definitely not a scalper. Winner, my funder has $200 on, so just trying to catch what I can. Hey man, that's totally fair, man. That's totally fair. You don't want to overshoot your shot either, right? I get it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Julian, no problem. So there's a lot of different reasons for why longs looked good for the NQ. So obviously we were kind of peeling back here a little bit, and the way that we kind of came back down here and tested the level. So right where we locked in that 2 minute failure to go lower, I had a level and I also had the old Globex print there as well. Now longing just immediately just like that is a little dicey, of course, but I like that spot because I think there were a few references here. You know, whether you want to look at the 200 EMA, you want to take a look at the level, want to take a look at the fact that that was like a prior period during the New York session as well. Like there were a few reasons to make this area a spot to watch for. So what I really liked about this was that like first and foremost we had that nice 2 minute fail to go lower, and then we had our 5 minute as well. Our 15 minutes started looking really sharp as well. So even if you didn't want to take your first stab down here because it may be a little bit too risky, honestly, the moment we reclaimed back above VWAP here on this candle, which would have been the perfect entry because obviously that was literally right before the big pump candle, which you wouldn't have known was going to happen. But the fact that we reclaimed back above VWAP, that would have been a nice entry as well. Um, but basically, the way we look at it is that we're trading the still the bullish trend of the market, right? We're still trending up on the overall NQ. So this is essentially a larger time frame higher low setup for longs. Yeah, it was solid. It was solid. Hopefully that makes sense, Julian. Did I miss my long scalp? Oh, do I want to take a long scalp? Do I want to take a shot at this just for fun? I'll be wrong fast or I'll be right fast. We'll see. Again, for the newcomers here, I do not scalp. I am not a scalper, gang. I am literally just messing around here. Gold thesis, Ivan. Which gold thesis are you referring to? Are you referring to my short earlier or like the long? Like, what are your thoughts? Got it. Yeah, see, I know a lot of people trade fair value gaps. I'm not an ICT trader, so I don't really understand those terminologies all too much, but it makes sense. Globex open is 1800. 1800. Chaz and trades, what do you mean by that? Oh, I don't think my scalp is going to work out, gang. I don't think my scalp's going to work. It's going to take me out, guys. It's going to take me out here. Sorry, just catching up with the chat again. Trade wise, I mean, 2, 5, 15. It really depends. I mean, the three time frames I have up are the time frames that I use to enter my positions on. So it really just depends on how the market is shaping up. What is that? Oh, sorry. In terms of my these are just like hourly spots, guys. Like for the newer guys that are hopping on, these are just hourly spots on like every single like time frame, whether it's the 15, the 5, or the 2. I like to separate them just because it gets too messy. Like if I have them on one spot, then you're just literally gonna see like graphs everywhere. That's why I don't do that. Danny, which box? Are you talking about the box that I have right now? This is structurally just the last. It was the prior higher high here. That's all it is. So, yippers. You're long from 8:30 on NQ. All right. All right. We'll see. Let's see if we can get this continuation off from momentum. So right now, what we would be trading on, I guess, kind of both on gold and on the NQ, is you're counting on the fact that after that very large move up, now we're getting this little bit of a pullback of consolidation. We're hoping to see some sort of a continuation back to the upside. Is obviously what we're looking for. And if it does, then I think we have chances to keep kind of pushing higher. But I'm not overly bullish. Like this is in these moments, I wouldn't be looking for large moves to the upsides right now, just because usually after a move like that, I would like to see how price digests first. And especially for gold, right? Like, I mean, we've been kind of melting on gold. So even though, yeah, we're like trending up right now, in the grand scheme of things, like I would still be looking for us to continue back down, like on the and from a larger perspective. Um, oh, chasing trades. Yes, chasing trades. Sorry, that's what you were referring to. Yes, Globex open. It's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 6 p.m. Eastern Time. What SMAs are those? I don't have SMAs. I'm assuming you're referring to the EMAs that I have. Um, I have the 9 EMA, the 20, the 50, and the 200 EMA. Those are the EMAs that I have on my chart at the moment. I don't know if I should actually. You know, I'm gonna shoot for 2 points actually. I don't think shooting for three is a good idea, just based on where that bar is. I don't like where that bar is. Oh, there you go. Yay! I got my scalp in, guys. I got my scalp in. What prop firm do you recommend and type of account for consistent payout? Ooh. So I right now, as far as prop counts go, hard to beat Lucid, man. Lucid's pretty banging. You can see the codes up there. I mean, all the prop firms that are kind of like on the banner above us right now that you can see, those are all honestly very solid props. All depending on what kind of trader that you are. Um, I think Lucid, you can't go wrong with them. The price of their accounts are pretty competitive. They've got their flex plans, which basically is like no rules at all. So I would definitely recommend them, just because they're the easiest, right? Your payout maximums might not be as big, which I think for some people like they don't think it's as great. But I think that in terms of like if you're learning and you don't really have a full grasp on thing, I think having less rules is better. You'll notice that like in any prop firm that you use, the prop accounts that have the highest payout potential also has the most amount of rules, and it's there for reasons to make it even more difficult for you to get that payout. So the ones that are more flexible, like Lucid Flex, I mean, you can't argue with that, right? I think that's a pretty solid account to trade with. But yeah, Lucid would be my kind of go-to, especially if you're a newbie. I already forgot where my entry was earlier. What was my entry? Was my entry here? It was like here, right? Yeah, three would have been dicey. I don't know. Three might still hit, but we'll see. Um, sorry, I missed another question earlier. I just realized that. What was the other question I just saw? Oh, my thesis on the gold short. Okay, Ivan, I will get back to that in a little bit. I'm just gonna answer a few questions here, and then I'll run through that again. Um, Gold trend so hard. Honestly, before the Trump days, gold was always a really solid asset to trade for trends. Like you could catch solid trend trades. I don't want to say easily, but it was much more predictable. Oh, bullish. Then you're a happy camper if that's the case. How many contracts did you have on that long, man? We've had a wild move up since then. If you caught it off the open, we moved up like 50 points. Yeah, we're up like 50 points on gold right now, guys. Although I was just scalping longs earlier. That's all on gold. That's all it was. What count size and firm do you use? So winner, I'm assuming you may be a new joiner here. By the way, guys, this is my half an hour point reminder. Drop a like, drop a thumbs up on the video, please, guys. It means a lot for us, especially putting the stream together for the gang. Helps me out a lot, guys. Drop some thumbs up for me. In terms of count size, so I use 150k counts most of the time. Like I'll occasionally still have 50k counts, depending on the prop firm. But I use 150k mainly because of the fact that I like the drawdown. I use the drawdown as well for the types of trades that I take sometimes. So that's what I would normally go for. But for any beginner, anybody who's learning, 50k accounts are the best. They're the best drawdown to profit target ratios, right? Usually it's about $2,000 drawdown, $3,000 in profit. So I would always recommend that. Gandhi trades 10 Apex 10x. Really? I didn't see anything about that. Are they doing like a 90% off right now on Apex? I have to double check. I don't remember actually. I should probably know that. If you're not a beginner, Gene, yeah, I mean, I go for the accounts that give you the biggest potentials. So generally, for speaking for me, like I trade with Take Profit Trader. It's not for the faint of heart, because they have intraday trailing drawdown. So it's obviously very difficult to trade with them. But they have daily payouts. I mean, that's why I like them, right? So like, people who have known me for a very long time, and the students especially, they know that I TPTs like my bay. Like I trade it often, and that's because I take daily payouts on them like quite literally every single day. The only time I'm not taking it is usually because of the fact that I'm like I haven't traded that day, so I'm very consistent with them. They're tough though, man. They're very tough. Jackie, no, I don't trade only lower time frames. I execute on the lower time frames, but we always use our larger time frames to kind of act as our guiding compass for us. Yeah, Gandhi trees. I know what you mean about the just find the cheapest one. The only reason why I always say yes, cheapest is good, but you also got to make sure that you get accounts that are like easy to trade with, right? I think like if you're a newbie and there's consistency rules and like daily loss limits and all these other things, right? I think it just becomes like quite distracting and noisy for people. That's most of the reason why I always recommend like the ones like Lucid Flex would be it. I can't remember what other prop firms would have something similar to that, but anyways, that would be my 2 cents. Always go for base hits so they deny me never. All the two always risking TD balance. Alpha futures eval is what I'm on. Yeah, alpha futures. Alpha futures are just expensive. That's the reason why I don't like them. They're still a good prop firm. Like no issues, payouts are fast. Like everything, customer service is great. Like I don't have a lot of bad things to say as far as like the firm itself. They're solid, all things considered, but I just find like the prices are generally quite high. Like it's rare that they have discounts either. So nice, nice. Get some sleep, bullish. Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't really up to speed. I didn't realize the Apex discounts are off right now. Yeah, winner. Like the 150K, the drawdowns are great, but they're expensive, right? The accounts are more expensive. And especially if you can get to the funded phase, like if you're the type of trader that resets their funded accounts, it's really expensive. Like resetting a 50K funded is like I think like $650, I think it was, which is still expensive. But with the 150K accounts, if you're resetting those things are like $1,500, man. Like they're not cheap. So yeah. Newbie just passed my 50K top set. Don't know who I thought I was. I got those with. I thought don't seem to get out of it. Oh well, congrats on passing that 50K top step account though, Aggie. Um, yeah, I don't. If you passed it, which one did you go with? Because I know they have the regular 5 days of trading with 5K or 50% payout maximum, and then they have that 40% consistency rule one where you can get paid out every 3 days, and the max is $6,000 on those accounts. Which one did you opt for? Yeah, yeah, Ray. That's exactly it, right? Like the eval is not the hard part. That's the easier part, right? Once you get funded, that's when it gets very difficult. Intraday is not for the faint of heart, man. Yeah, that's. I mean, honestly, the reason why prop firms offer those resets for the funded is because they make a lot of money off of that, man. Like it's expensive. Like you think about it, like the resets are generally worth 5 to 8 accounts, like as far as eval goes, right? So not worth it, gang. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that for sure. For you guys just dropping into the chat, drop a like, guys, drop a thumbs up, it means a lot. I see that only a third of you guys have dropped thumbs up on the video so far, so helps me out, gang. Helps me out. Straight to funded accounts, yeah. I mean, I think they're great. Obviously you pay the price of going straight to funded. That's expectation for sure. But Tradeify straight to funded is pretty solid, to be honest. I don't have anything bad to say about them, and they're a good prop firm. They're fast to pay out. And they're always like they're probably one of the progressive. I would say in the early days when I was learning how to trade props, my fund of futures was kind of the first one. But then Tradeify really took the stage because they started really evolving their props in so many ways, like the way their dashboard works, the way their payouts work, how fast they're. I think they were like other than at that time, my fund of futures was the fastest, and then Tradeify was like neck and neck with those guys. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, sorry, just rambling now. The street to funded, I think they're worth it because in the end of the day, I think they have a 5 trading day minimum on them. It's a 20% consistency rule as well. I don't know if you have the 150K count, but I know for those ones, I think the max drawdown is 50 to 50 or something like that is what the max drawdown is, and the daily loss limit on them is 3,000. As soon as you get past the $9,000 profit target on the straight to fundeds, which is essentially what you need in order to get paid out, your new max loss will be, or your new daily loss limits could be 6 grand at that point. Yeah, it's just expensive, right? That's the challenging thing about straight to funded accounts is that like if you blow them, like you're just it's like 5 to 7x the damage, right? Financially, so it's tough. Yeah, good choice, Aggie. Good choice. Have a good night, John. Thanks for tuning in, and congrats again on that banger long trade you got there. Hey, no problem at all, Tori. No problem at all. All right, let's take a look at NQ now. What's NQ doing? So I'm liking this hold. I like this hold because essentially what we're doing here, you can see from a structure perspective that resistance that we had earlier, we're trying to hold now this for like a higher low to kind of continue after that big news move. The question is, do we continue? That is really the true question. We have London also opening up in about an hour and 13 minutes here. So we definitely have to be cognizant of that. Time of day matters a lot when we're trading, guys. And I say that matters because that's obviously when the volume comes in, right? So you don't want to be caught in the trade when volume hits in the opposite direction of your trade. So hence my 2 cents. Have a good night, FPS. What else is going on, gang? When that news hit, oil definitely took a dump. Platinum, as always, very wiki. Very wiki. I guess my original 3 points for that scout would have worked, but problem is that again, I think there are different definitions for scalping, but I find that if my position is in long for like 15 to 5 to 10 to 15 minutes, then I don't really consider that a scalp anymore, just because of like you're holding it for a lot longer. So hence why earlier when I was like, you know what, I don't know if I'm actually gonna get my 3 points. I mean, you inevitably did, but it took 15 minutes to happen. So cool. Thanks, Lions Edge. I'll take a look at it later on. Usually I'll catch up on my Instagram after I'm done my streams. Yeah, you know what? Managing multiple accounts is not for the faint of heart. I mean, I think most traders generally just like batch them together. They're using some sort of like trade syncer or Apex copy or whatever, and they copy trade all of them. If this is your first time tuning in, you might not know, but I don't copy trade. I like to individually trade my accounts. It's like my go-to. I like it because it helps my mentals. So I do rotate accounts often. It's like my thing. So if I have like 5 or 7 funded accounts, I'll just rotate all of them, which sometimes also means that I will not get a trade in every single day. Like some of those accounts I just never get to, and I'm okay with that, right? Like I think it for me it's still better for me. But yeah, if you're new to trading, I mean, I think there's also so much for you to already kind of process and comprehend. Having multiple counts with multiple prop firms with multiple size accounts, I mean, you're really not doing yourself a justice, right? You're making it a lot harder for yourself. Yeah, Mr. Black, platinum's gross, dude. Yeah, generally speaking, in this racket, I mean, especially in the early days, just going for a cheap account is kind of the go-to because I think like this is kind of it's this is actually kind of like my thought process when it comes to even like risk management, right? I think a lot of people always will look at risk and think like, I want to be able to make as much money as I possibly can, so I'm going to size up and I'm going to risk more to make more, right? And I just don't think that's just a sustainable way to look at it and think about trading. And so that goes with like prop firms as well, right? People might want to buy like every straight to funded account they can possibly buy from every prop firm and copy trade them. Problem is that if you blow them, that's a lot of money you're really flushing down the drain. And I think for most of us, we don't have that ability to kind of burn that kind of cash, right? Like if you're up significantly, maybe you might think it's worth the return on investment, but yeah, it's really expensive and it adds up really really quickly. I'm telling you this from experience. Actually, one of the things I talked about before, and I'll share you guys, this is kind of like a psychology thing from back when I first started trading futures. When I started in like August of 2024, um, I came into it with the mindset of, oh, I was trading options before, and I was willing to risk $500 to $1,000 trading Tesla options. So, what is a prop account? $100, $200, not a big deal, right? That was my mindset. The reality is that the gamification of it all will add up very fast. So you have to be very careful about like still managing it. Yes, they may be cheap accounts, but don't let that thought process get the best of you and end up doing stupid stuff in the market, right? So, hey, Geo, what's going on? MM9. So NQ is a little bit more hesitant right now with its move after the news digestion in comparison to gold. Like, are we double topping here too, though? I did scalp longs earlier. Do I want to scalp shorts too? For the new guys coming in, I am not a scalper. I just want to say that with full disclosure. What are you guys looking at right now? You guys like to trade gold, NQ, ES? What do you guys like? Gold. All right. All right. So you know what? Sorry, that's probably a good time for me to talk about it now. So earlier question was asked, why did I want to short? So I was looking at over the prior New York session here on gold, and you can see here that we had like a pretty solid like lower high lock in here. And that was kind of based off of kind of like the overnight lows rejection as well. So coming into today, as we were kind of like just trending up, I noticed that it became a good form of resistance here. Now, it did obviously work out. We did end up breaking back above it. However, not too long after that, we came right back down again and we started consolidating beneath this area. So for me, that was kind of a clue and a sign to attempt a short here. Just thinking that, you know what, if we're reclaiming this area for structure, maybe we want lower. So I took my short trade. And as I mentioned earlier, I could have taken my profit at 1R earlier, but I didn't because I really thought that we would at least come down to here before we kind of had this pull up. But as you can see, I did get stopped out on that trade, but all is good. That was kind of just my quick rundown of my gold thesis there. And Q hard to go to any other, honestly. And Q and ES. All right. I've never traded ES actually in my entire life. I've never dropped a single contract on that before. It's funny because I used to trade SPY and SPX options when I traded options with them. But ever since I traded futures, I got into NQ, which is actually now when I trade options, I actually end up trading and QQQ now because I trade the NQ. Yeah, well, now because I'm streaming, I don't trade the New York session as much. Before the streams, I used to trade the New York session all the time with my students and stuff like that. But if I'm doing these streams, it's pretty late for me. So if I wake up for the New York session as well, then I'm really not getting a lot of sleep. Especially since like my mornings are super busy. I'm a business entrepreneur. I work with restaurants and stuff like that. So for me, getting my kids ready for breakfast and for school while also tending to all my business related stuff. Yeah, it's the more my mornings are very chaotic. Oh, looks like the scalp trade would have worked out, right, guys? That would have been a double top scalp trade to the downside on gold. Yeah, Asia and London, and I don't know if you've heard me say this before too, but 90% of my success in 2025 actually came from trading the Asia session, so Asia and London. So I that is predominantly where my success is as a trader. So it's very natural for me to kind of lean in that direction. Oh, I guess I'll show you guys something else as well here. Hold on. How do I screen share this? Give me a second, gang. I just want to show you guys something here. This is just from just building on the transparency of yesterday's stream. I'm just waiting for my screen to share here, guys. Apologies. Just give me a second here, okay, guys? What's going on here? Why is it not showing my trader stats? I'm trying to show you guys something because I know you guys. I streamed yesterday and I talked about my buffer, my daily payout with TPT, my journaling and all that stuff. So I know you saw my Instagram there for a second. What is going on though? I don't know why it's not working, guys. I don't know why it's not working. Give me a second here. Why are you doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, there you go. All right, so I probably should fix the screen though because it's horrible. There you go. So I made the comment, you can see here, these were the trades that I took in the streams as well as off stream as well, but accumulated to that. And then the payout here, you can see here, that's the payout I took today. So as in like after the New York session closed, I was able to take this payout. And so, well, I didn't realize I didn't post that as public. There you go. And then if you click on it, you can actually see where the payout came in. So that's the payout. Oh, hold on. I realized that it's like cut off. Why is it not showing properly? There you go. There you go. So just showing for some transparency, gang, because I know you guys are always kind of looking for that type of stuff. So that was my trade. Those were for my trades yesterday. That was from the payout that I got received. So yeah. Yeah, nice call, Leo. Hopefully you were able to hopefully you caught that trade yourself as well. Yeah, man. That power hour short was banger. And if you, hey, Alex, I think you were in my stream yesterday too. I mean, I talked about that area, right? If you remembered. So for all the guys that are kind of hopping on the stream right now, if you've been tuning into my streams, you'll know there's been some key spots that I've been really watching. And that 26793 and that 26739 have been key spots on the chart. And so we've been able to trade and make money off those spots multiple times, right? And so coming into the New York session today, it offered the same opportunities again. You could have either longed off the New York Open at 26,739, which would have warranted you a 140 point long from literally this level, my AOI here, to all-time highs. And then later on, you could have taken the lower high trade beneath the 793, or same thing during power hour. You would have been able to catch the short off the 793 as well. So it's been a very solid spot to take off of actually. So yeah, if you got just why like even for these streams, right? If you guys are hopping on and you guys might not trade the London session or the Asia session, but at the very least, I think it's worth noting the spots that I'm referring to because they do play out well also in the New York session. That's short. Double top short would have been solid. Would have been 2R already if that was taken. So you guys know by now, for those who've been tuning in since the beginning, one of my favorite setups that I like from a reversal setup perspective is the double tops, right? I love my double top setups. So this would have been a really nice one. What's my buffer on my account? Okay, good. Just checking. Yeah, we'll see. We're 11 o'clock, so we've got 1 hour left before the London session opens up here. Yeah, solid. Yeah, man. If you guys caught that trade on stream though, that was a banger one. I don't want to chase gold down, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out. I missed my double top entry already just because I know I was updating the chat and all that. Ideally, what I would want to see if we maybe want to continue this gold trade setup is I would like for us to kind of do something like this. That's what I would want to see. So we'll see. We'll see if the chart shapes up for that. Oh, these are just these other spots I was mentioning. They're just acronyms for me, just so that I could just remember essentially. These are just different hourly spots on the chart that I don't want to mold into my other side because then otherwise there's too many lines at the same time. But it's just these are just hourly spots on the chart that I marked. So there's a lot of different ways. I mean, I in terms of the question, how do I get my levels? I mean, everything around I call them reference points versus levels, just because I have more than just the levels. If you're curious about the levels, I mean, you actually get it as part of the subscription to the Discord. If you actually subscribe to Rate Trades Discord, you automatically get access to how to draw the levels and all that, right? So, but in terms of like all my other reference points and stuff like that, that's like for me, it's based on multiple different time frames depending on like what I'm looking at. So it's nothing specific that I'm looking at. It's generally I like to mark them on the hourly time frame. That's ideal, but I do it on other time frames as well. Do I want to scalp along, guys? Do I want to scalp along? Let's see what's gold looking like here in the FF. If I was to scalp, it'd be right 4776. If I were to scalp longs on gold, and the only reason why I'd be scalping longs is because I would be wanting to see if we can get a move back up to retest. That's probably what I would do there. Yeah, I mean it's so important not to chase them too, Robert. Right? Like you just, I know it's tough, but if you chase trades, man, you'll more often than not get burned. No, Mobex, I'm not a scalper. You've been on my streams a lot. You know that I'm not a scalper. Scalping's not my style. I mean, you know, I'll go for shorter point trades over like the slower sessions just because you don't have as much of a larger move to play with a lot of times, depending on obviously given conditions. I'm just messing around because if you I think it was the last stream that I talked about it, but um, I had been learning about more about scalping and the strategies that come with scalping recently, and so sometimes I like to dabble in it just to see how well they work out. But no, naturally I'm not a scalper though. Like I like true scalpers. Like I've seen, like I've been on streams with a host before where they were scalpers, and that was like hardcore scalp. Like I can't do that. I'm talking like they probably could take like 5 trades within 1 minute. That scalp would have worked out, but I totally did not push the button for that. Do you guys want me to scalp today? Is that what you guys are asking for? Do you want me to scalp the living crap out of gold? I don't know if I'm gonna fare too well. I don't know if I'll come out of alive with that. Let's attempt that scalp right there. We'll 1R scalp. Let's see if it plays out. Too late. I entered that scalp trade before I even read the chat. So here's what I'll say. If this scalp trade works out, I mean, either way, I'm looking for a proper retest. This, for me, this is not a retest, by the way, guys. I would want like a proper retest of this upper area and then continue the short to the downside. Yes, we see candle price move back up and push up and hold beneath it. As you can see, it's holding pretty well actually right now. But that technically can still fake me out. So we'll see. I find that when I'm like, even like with scalping strategies, I find you can still use like what you would normally use as a strategy. You just, in terms of your entries and how long you hold and maybe where you want to enter, just might be slightly different, but the concept's still essentially the same. Where's the degen sign? I don't even know. What would a degen sign look like? What would a degen sign look like? Let's see. Yeah, it's just like I don't like one candle. So like when I talk about retest, I don't like it if it's just like a one individual candle that comes down and goes back up. Like I don't consider that a retest. At least not in the way that I would want it. I would like to see a proper type of a few bars of candles that come down, a few bars of candles that go up. Like that's kind of what I would want to see more of. Oh, does Jake have a Degens logo? Oh man. All right, give me a second. I gotta work with my AI here for a second. All right, I think I got something. Give me a second here, okay? Just because you guys are asking for a Degen logo. All right, guys, Degen logo. That's my Degen logo. Does that work? Does that count, guys? I don't know what Jake's looks like, so this is going to be my Degen logo. All right. Tap the Degen, guys. Tap the Degen. Drop a like, guys. Drop a like in the YouTube video, please. I put all this work into creating this logo and all. No, not really. Not much work, but come on, come on. Are we gonna hit my target? Are we gonna hit my target? 1R. Yeah, I gotta smash that like button, guys. Gotta smash that like button. Well, Alex, man, if you're gonna talk about the 1 minute time frame, I might as well go to the 15-second time frame. Look at that. Look at that. You guys ever traded on the 15-second time frame before? Yikes. It's all very humorous, honestly, looking at that. The degen needs to be eating to fit me. Oh, I guess that's kind of true, actually. But then I have to create another one. I was actually going to create a ninja one. Because if you know my branding, I'm a big Naruto fan, for those who do not know. Oh, no. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm a big Naruto fan. Although this has nothing to do with Naruto, but that's a ninja, so. How do I deal with losses? So I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, Sebastian. Um, I want you to think about this way, guys, like as a whole. And for some of you guys, this might be a little bit of a repetitive because I've kind of spoken to this topic a little bit in a few different ways. Um, losses are part of the game. That's the first thing that you need to really embrace and understand. The second thing I would say is that like if you're losing, you need to be learning from that loss, right? And so if you're losing and you're like, okay, I don't know why that happened, or I don't know why I put my stop loss there, or whatever it may be, if you're not really journaling and understanding the whys behind your trade setups, that's where your losses get the best of you because you don't even know why you're losing, right? It's a game of probability in the end of the day. Like if I take a certain setup, I'm gonna know that hey, you know what? Historically, this setup works for me 7 out of the 10 times. So when that setup fails, I don't think to myself, oh, like it's I suck or my strategy sucks or I'm not capable of trading. No, I just look at it as okay, well, it's just a probability. It is just one of the reasons why I didn't work today. So you need to add more micros for it to be degenerate. Oh man, you guys are killing me here. Micros. Then I gotta trade MGC. I do trade the NQ, guys. I trade the NQ. I've been flipping back and forth here, just chatting with the gang. No, I trade on PC. I have no idea how to use Mac. I'm not a Mac guy. The only thing that I have that's from Apple is my iPhone. 848. Data to back the statement. Sorry, which statement? I don't know which statement you're referring to. Are you referring to the comment about probability or? Yeah, that's the worst, JA. About your reaching a funded before payout. What I'll say is that like in the same way that someone deals with you know what I find similar. Here, I'll say this: when you're at the near payout phase and when you are in the beginning phase of like, sorry, not the beginning phase, but the phase where you don't have any much drawdown left, there are two similarities that come there, and that similarity is the effort mentality. When you've got like very little drawdown left, most people will just be like, you know what, what's the point? I have so little drawdown, I may as well just throw the towel in. And then you'll have others where you're so close to the payout where you're like, you know what? I'm only a couple $100. There's no way that I can't make a couple $100. And so a lot of times what happens is people either they'll hold on to that losing trade for way, way too long because they think at some point it's going to come back and it never does. Um, and or they are just trading with heavier size because they're thinking to themselves, I only need a little bit. Either of those I would say is that you just got to make sure that from a behavioral standpoint you're managing that properly, right? So like if you know what type of reaction you're going to get out of it, then that would be your reason for ensuring that you don't fall victim to that, right? It's just kind of being self-aware. That's the reason why I'm such a big advocate of journaling, is because by understanding yourself you have a better chance of actually better chance of you protecting yourself from yourself, right? If that makes sense. Yeah. I think the way that I trade prop firms is different from a lot of people in a sense of where like I don't, because I don't copy trade, I have a different perspective potentially on how this all works. But yeah, gold's being funky. Yeah, for evals, because of where I am in my trading, I would go fast. Like I wouldn't waste too much time, just because I already know my edge and I know my strategy and my probability. So I rather get to the funded phase ASAP so that I can trade funded instead. Um, but no, if you're a new trader and you're still learning, you definitely don't want to rush the process, because if you rush yourself to the end, it doesn't do yourself any favors, because if you don't have a strategy or an edge that you can trade with, you full porting and getting to the pass stage doesn't mean anything. It's like it's a false accomplishment, because by the time you get there, what are you hoping to YOLO trades all the way to payout? Like, it's obviously it's not going to work out. So that's why naturally I don't think it's a great idea to just go fast and go heavy with evals unless you know what you're doing already. Aldo, my opinion on uh, payouts is take it the moment you can. So like if you're in a situation, let's just say with the 50K account, you get up to the $2,000 buffer zone, right? And by the end, like by the fifth day or whatever the trading rule is, you say you're at like $2,400. You might think like, oh, I want to push it a little bit more before I take my payout. Personally, I would say just take the damn payout, because if you have the ability to take it out, take it out, because you don't know if that account is going to survive tomorrow. You don't know if it's going to survive the next day. And when you think about a cost of an eval, a cost of an eval ranges between $100 to $200, or maybe more than that if you're getting like bigger accounts. But 50K accounts, $100 can get you one. If you can get a $400 payout, why not? That will fund your next four evals, right? And you might be telling yourself like, oh, but I don't want to buy so many evals and yada yada yada, right? But I'm like, okay, well, as a trader, you're not in this for the short haul. I think a lot of times we're very short-sighted with our trading. We just think of what's in front of us, and I think the terminology of day trading probably doesn't help. Um, but you're in this for the long haul. So if I could bank that $400, and hopefully I can still keep trading this, hopefully I don't blow this account, and I'll keep trading, and maybe I'll make it to the next payout and so on and so forth. But if in case I don't, and I do blow it up, at least I have $400 now in cash that I can now buy another account, you know? And that you're at least mentally in that state when you blow that account. Yeah, you're still going to be upset, right? I don't blame you. But at least when you do this now, you're not thinking like, oh man, I'm digging a bigger and bigger hole in the deficit perspective. No, you're going to be like, hey, you know what? I earned back some credit here because I took my $400 payout. So that would be kind of my 2 cents on that one. Yeah. So, anyways, hopefully that kind of helps answer the question. I see a question about NQ. What was the question on NQ? More upside NQ. I don't know. I mean, we spiked the level and we're coming back down. I would watch. I would watch the 15 minute. If we lose this area here on the 15, then I would be very careful about whether or not we can continue longs tonight. Yeah, every prop's gonna be different too. So Robert makes a good point. You should double check to see how your payout works for your drawdown, because for some, like you're not allowed to get a withdrawal past the buffer, or you're not allowed to get a payout until you get to the buffer. Like there are different rules. You just got to make sure you read into that, because I think every prop firm is a little bit different. If you have an edge, then yeah, I don't think there's an issue sizing heavy. I mean, I do. Like if I'm trading evals, I mean, I'll full port basically. Maybe not full port, but like I will go heavy size. So like on a 150K account, I would be open to using 7 to like 9 minis on a trade, if I'm in the eval stage. But in the funded, I wouldn't do that. Aldo, when you say you have $700 in the account, uh, is that like $700 over the buffer, or? No, I do not add more cons to winning trades, and I definitely don't double down on losing trades either. Um, Nothing wrong with that. So I call that kind of like dynamic sizing. I don't do that personally. The reason why I don't like to add into winners is because it skews my R multiple. And for me, as far as tracking goes, it's very difficult for me to track the R multiple if I am dynamic sizing. Aldo, does your account even allow you to withdraw to the point of blowing your account? Like, is that even an option? I would imagine probably the answer is no, right? By the way, Robert, or whoever it was, there you go. I made one with eating food. Um, so mob, I'm gonna say all the above because it really depends. I don't have one specific preference over the other. The way I operate is in the way that I kind of rotate my accounts. I look at it as depending on how the setups are kind of forming for me, I'll decide like if there are more days for me to take ATO trades, and I'll do that. If there are more setups for INRS trades, I'll take that. It really depends. Yeah, man. Instant noodles. Yeah, Aldo. Yeah, man, that's completely up to you, man. I mean, it really depends on how you trade and how you size. But hey, Buljeet, yeah, man, I don't have any bubble tea on me actually today. So today I didn't have a lot of time. I actually today was very tight. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna actually make it on the stream today on time because I actually had a little bit of a family. I don't want to call it an emergency, but we had to go to the hospital actually for my youngest just because there was a little bit of an accident. So I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it on the screen on time, but I'm glad I did. Everything worked out in the end of the day. So KG money bag, what's going on? You have two accounts, man. Damn. Instant noodle. Yeah, Baljeet. She was throwing one of her little tantrums and rampage, and she like sprained her wrist and dislocated her shoulder. So and we couldn't put it back ourselves, so we had to bring her to the hospital and get the doctor to help us do it. She gets so angry that she hurts herself. You gotta love it, man. Yeah, it's been quite a day. I was actually telling myself earlier, Buljeet, that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna catch up on some sleep. Maybe I'll take a nap later. And literally an hour afterwards, like, oh, never mind, scratch that. We're not no nap for me today. Ah, I see, I see. That's totally fair, man. Good for you. Good for you on those multiple accounts, man. Yeah. So if you guys remember what I said earlier when I was scalping the other one and I like had tightened my target to 2 points, I want to show you exactly what I mean by that. So this trade right now, had I moved it to 2 points, I would have been out already. So I just want to highlight this, right? That this is kind of like I'm no expert at scalping. I want to start off with that first, right? But I made that comment earlier where I said if I were to scalp, I think 2 points would have been good and it would have been fast. And I was right. I got out fast because it didn't hit 3 points until like 10, 15 minutes later. Again, here, if I were to shoot for 2 points, I would have been out of my trade already. But instead, I'm still watching this trade. And so for me, when I think about that, I'm like, okay, well, this wasn't even if my target hits, I would look at it as it is an unsuccessful scalp based on my definition, because my definition of scalping would be that I'm in and out within like 5 minutes, 10 minutes at max, right? But the fact that I'm still in this trade right now just proves that the scalp is an unsuccessful scalp for me. I think the idea of whether or not you think you should risk more really should just come down to depending on how confident you are with your setups, man. MobX, it's possible, man. It's very possible. And I think that thought process is not a bad one, right? Because I think a lot of people come into this thinking like they just want to make like 5 figures, 6 figures, whatever it may be, right? And the reality is that, man, if you can even if you can make a few $1,000s a month consistently, think about how far that gets you, right? I think that that's where like social media has kind of desensitized it for a lot of people. People are just kind of shooting for these unrealistic targets where it's like, yo, man, if you could like make 3 grand a month trading, clicking buttons on a screen on top of your regular income, I mean, that's life changing, man. Think about today in any other job. If you want to make $3,000 outside of your day job, what do you have to do? You got to go trade time for money, right? You got to go drive an Uber or whatever that may be to make that back. So the fact that you have the ability to click buttons on a screen and make 3K a month, I mean, come on, guys. Like, I think this is the problem is that we've so desensitized it, right? And same thing for me, right? Like I've fallen victim to that sometimes, right? Where I'll be like, in a day, I literally made someone's monthly salary, and for some reason on any given day, maybe I'm not in a good mental space, whatever, maybe I start doing stupid stuff, I get greedy, and next thing you know it, I blow that account because I'm just like, oh, what the hell did I do here, right? Like I literally had someone's monthly salary within my grasp, and for some odd reason I thought it was a good idea to do stupid stuff with it. Then it caused me to tilt, then it caused me to blow my account, and next thing you know, I'm sitting there with hands between my legs being like, what the hell happened to my account, right? Like it's crazy, it's so crazy, but we do it, like we do it all the time. But and it's so bad. And I think a part of it's because you almost have to desensitize yourself to the P&L when you're trading so that you can focus on the chart. But I don't think we should desensitize our payouts, right? Like to a certain point, like it's like, yeah, we don't want to be constantly shooting for the payout, but if you've got a payout within your line of sight, why do you do stupid stuff, right? Like it just doesn't make a lot of sense. When you're in like a sane mind, you know what I'm saying makes a lot of sense. But for some odd reason, when we're like in the zone and we're trading, like it just, yeah, we just do dumb stuff. So okay, that makes sense, Aldo. That makes sense. Well, the fact that you acknowledge that you're greedy, I think, is progress, man. What's going on, Lance? I've honestly, I don't have a bias on gold. If you're just tuning in, you're probably wondering why I'm shorting right now. I was just mentioning that I was just messing around with scalps, um, and I was explaining how like 2 points for gold is the sweet spot because both scalps that I've taken so far, 2 points would have been money. Anything more than that is like just that. It's just stall at this point. Mobex, I mean, sure. I think that having multiple accounts helps, but at the same time, learning about discipline could also mean just like not over trading, right? Because the market's only going to offer you so many opportunities. So unless you're scalping, I mean, how many opportunities really present themselves, right? So having too many accounts can sometimes be a curse as well. Leo, and I hope that's true too, man. The thing is, like, I've talked to traders who've been doing it for a very, very long time, and they just in a rut, right? And it's kind of hard sometimes when you're in the rut and you're just spiraling because you just keep going, right? Which is very unfortunate. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, Peach. I mean, you know what? This I was scalp trading, Peach, and clearly should have stuck to my gut and stuck for 2 points because otherwise, if I stuck to my 2 points, I would have been out of this trade already. But all is good. Yeah, I'm just scalping around Lance right now because it's like the session's really slow, and I don't think we're not gonna pick up much here. I still have a good buffer on this account, guys. Like I'm at even if this gets stopped out, I'll still be at $5,100 or $5,000 on this account. So I'm good. This is what I mean by protecting the capital, right? There it is. I got stopped. I got stopped. Lesson learned. Stick to the 2 points, gang. Stick to the 2 points. Uh, Thanks, Peach. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, impatience is a killer. I think you know what it is that when you're learning and you're studying your trade, you just got to take a look at where that goes wrong. Like, are you truly too early? Like, is that really the case? Because I hear that a lot. I hear people say that to me a lot, where they're like, "Oh man, my thesis was right, but my timing was off." And I would always ask, like, "Are you sure? Like, what does that mean? Could you back test that and, like, note that down and see where you went wrong? Because if you keep getting in too early, clearly your subconscious is telling you that you are triggering a trade in a spot you should never be triggering a trade, right? So I think just sometimes digging into that will help you out a little bit as well, Geo. WAP is not available in my region. Alternative for I'm assuming, hey, the business lens. I'm assuming your question is referring to like the Discord. Is that why you're asking about WAP? I'm not really familiar with how WAP works either myself, so I'm not. I don't know if I'm like the best person to ask. Usually, I just Google that type of stuff. Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, Trader Stats is a built-in journal. Yeah, sorry, business lens. I don't know. I'm not the best guy to answer that question. I'm not aware of like the region restrictions and stuff like that. Um, yeah, NQ on the move. There you go. Pushing, pushing. Let's see if we can tag the highs here. I'm interested in seeing how we get up here later on. Even if we break out of all-time highs, to be honest, tonight, if we do that during our early London session, I'd be very careful. I wouldn't be surprised if it just fakes out the all-time high. I'm a little skeptical. Have a good one, Mr. Black. Take care, man. Thanks for tuning in. For those who've been in here for a while now and haven't dropped a thumbs up yet, man, give me a thumbs up, guys. Drop a thumbs up on the video, please. Helps out, gang. Helps out. You degened. Shame on you, Baljeet. We don't degen here. Who degens? No degenning, okay? We don't do that here. Because Baljeet degened, I will put this up now. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for us to, on the NQ, I'd be looking for us to see if we can sweep it again and come back down. I mean, we've had a pretty monstrous move up, right? Like, here, hold on, let me just get into a higher time frame here. Like, we're ranging, right? Like, look at this hourly right now. We're ranging up and down here. So right now we're almost kind of forming like a triple bottom type of potential higher low to kind of continue this to the upside. But I would want to see a really clean break. I would, anything less than that would be dicey for me. Like, I don't know if we would. Like, if we break going into London, I think waiting after the first hourly candle of London might give us a better indication of whether we can continue or whether we're just going to come back down. That would be kind of my 2 cents on it. Yeah, man. Hey, Kalani, what's going on? Mahalo. Mahalo. Aloha. Deity. Is this the same deity that I'm thinking of? My webcam. My webcam. Make it a bit larger. I could do that. Hold on. I gotta shrink this a little bit first. Does that help? Does that help? Yeah, I'm super big. Bar by bar. Well, I mean, I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to bar by bar, and when I say that, I just mean like when I'm looking at candles, I quite literally am reading like what does each bar represent? Like what does that mean? What does that candle mean, right? And I'm looking at multiple time frames at a time, and it is very important to me. Yes, where price is in the market is important, but for me, I find that how those candle bars close on different time frames is also telling us a story. So that's the reason why I focus on that a lot as a trader. Thanks, Didi. Oh, thanks, LT. I appreciate it, man. You're the best. Yeah, man. I'm not joking. Like in the most basic of terms, when we look at candles, we'll see like, oh, we got a failure to go lower. Oh, we got a failure to go higher. Or, I mean, that's generally the candles we most reference, right? But for me, when I'm looking at candles, I'm a stickler, right? Is that a spinning top doji? Is that a dragonfly? Is that a shooting star? Is that a gravestone? Is that a morobozu? And as I'm saying all these words, for those who don't know, you're probably like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Is he like chanting incantations here? Um, but no, like each of those bars that I'm referencing, they mean something. They actually do mean something, and where they show in the chart, what time frame they show up, like all that stuff matters, man. Like anyway, I am a bit of a nerd on it. And it's honestly what helps keep my composure as well, because when I'm looking at the chart, I'm actually not thinking about how much is my P&L, or I'm not thinking about, oh, this momentum move, am I going to miss it? All I'm trying to tell is I don't want to say decoding, but I am just trying to digest what the bars are trying to tell me, to the best of my ability. And my job is as a trader is to act upon that price action. Al Brooks, Kalani, that's right, Al Brooks. Thanks, Wicked. I mean, it means a lot. I mean, you don't want me to be high on a kite here with energy drinks? No, actually, my caffeine choice is usually bubble tea. So, I'm you probably, if you've been hopping on my streams, you probably have noticed. Today's like my one day I don't have bubble tea, and the only reason why I don't have it because I didn't have time to go get it today. I was at the hospital just literally like 30 minutes before the stream. So, you think y'all gonna stream from same house? That's a question for Mr. Jake Ricci. I mean, is it going to be New York, Puerto Rico? Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I think the question that was asked earlier. So like let's just say for example, right? We take a look at this. You see these candles here, these wicks, right? Call it whatever you want, but whenever a wick is formed, it means that either buyers are trapped or sellers are trapped, right? And obviously, the higher the time frame, the more meaningful that wick becomes to you. Now, when we see a full body candle, right, like this, for example, this is essentially this is not exactly a Morobozu bar. Here, I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit more. This isn't exactly a Morobozu bar, but this is an example of a bar that shows a lot of selling. So if you think about it, what this is describing to us is that sellers pushed this down and there were no buyers in the way to stop this from pushing down, right? And so that's a signal in itself, right? So that's just some examples. I mean, there's a lot to articulate in all of this, but that's just some examples. And so when you read into that, you have to be able to understand that, okay, well, if a candle like this, for example, where buyers bought up this wick, and then we get follow through in the following bar, well, that obviously means that buyers are trying to regain control of the chart, right? And depending on where that happens on the chart, will is telling a story in itself as well, right? So I hope that kind of helps build a little bit of an understanding. Mushroom coffee. I have never tried that before. I have no idea what that is, man. Gold is still holding below that, eh? Jeez. We're not moving. Maybe we're putting in a pennant, a bullish pennant here. Is that what we're trying to do on gold? You can see here though we did respect that bottom channel area. If we were to respect this channel again, we would scalp to the upside, essentially, is what we would look for. Is that what I should do? Should I take a long here? Sorry, just catching up with the chat. Thanks for the breakdown. Just wanted to say you're doing a good job. My favorite of the group. You seem most willing to actually break down thoughts. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it, Cows. Cows. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Cows. Mud, water, and rise are a few I like them. Good for your body. You got your degen sign on. I know I was not prepared, man. When you said you needed degens, I'm like, don't have one. I just whipped up something together on ChatGPT really quickly here. MNQ. I'll check NQ. It's basically the same thing. What are you thinking? What are you asking about the NQ? What's the question, my friend? You wanted me to check the NQ. What are you thinking about? You were short from 39. You say was. Does that mean you got stopped out already? And when did you short is the better question. Did you short over here? Or did you short just now? Okay, stop on 45. But did you just take it right now, though? Or did you take it all the way back here? Just out of curiosity. I'm just going to take a peek at my gold scalp. Is it working out? Oh, it's just still just sitting there. All right, all good. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'd be careful. I'm not saying that NQ can't come down, but I'd just be careful because right now, what we saw here is that when price tried to push us down, we're still holding above the VWAP right now, and the VWAP represents the variable weighted average price of the market, right? So I'm not saying we can't like double top here and come back down, but I understand your thesis. I do. We're about 17 minutes left before London opens here. Why are trading NAS at this time? Rasp City. Can you say that again? I don't really understand your comment there or your question. Yeah, I always find that both the NQ and the MNQ are always slightly different. So I don't chart on the MNQ. So I can't even speak to that. I only trade on the NQ. So I trust my levels and my charts like very much so. So yeah, it's hard for me to look at the MNQ even. I know yesterday, last night's stream, Bulgit had made the comment that the MNQ was below VWAP, but the NQ was above VWAP. So I mean, I think that's unfortunate sometimes when you see that because I don't even know the reason why it does that, but it does. You're shorting to the 820, so you're shorting down to here. Okay. Again, kind of risky to me. And I only say that because I think this 825 area is a little bit of a spot. So I don't know if you're going to be able to get follow through on that, but obviously best of luck on that trade. Nevertheless, if you have a trade, I think what's most important is that you have a trade thesis, right? For me, it's hard to short that. It's not saying you can't, but it's hard for me to short that. Check my scalp on gold. Oh man, I'm about to get stopped out here. I'm gonna get stopped. I'm gonna get stopped. So close. Am I gonna get stopped? Probably. Maybe I should just stop scalping tonight. But yeah, nothing really clear. I mean, right now, what you can see here on gold is we're consolidating right now. So one of the advices I would give the gang here is that like I think it's very easy for us to get caught up in these smaller time frames, right? Small time frames are great and all, but really zoom out and take a look. Like when you take a look at gold right now, we've just been ranging, right? We've been ranging for the last little bit here between here from the highs and the lows. NQ sort of not as much of a not as barcode as GC, but important to kind of keep that in mind though, because that way you're not like you're managing your expectations a little bit. You know what I mean? Stop scalping. Have a good night, Buljeet. Take it easy. What other questions you guys got for me, gang? Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was you have restrictions there. I'm not like familiar with WAP personally myself either. Like cuz I don't own a Discord myself. I partake in Discords. Like I'm in Rake's Discord, I'm in the FF Discord, but I don't actually own one. So I don't really know how that WAP stuff works. Might be a good question to ask though, to be honest. Like if you can reach out, I think you can reach out to WAP or reach out to anyone from the team and see what they say. Kalani, it is almost midnight. It is 11:47 p.m. here where I am, and no, before the streams, I never traded this time period. Actually, this is not my area to trade, but I do it for the stream just because this is the only time I can. Like usually when I'm trading, I trade. I'm multitasking other things, right? Like I'm usually maybe I'm getting ready for dinner, or I'm like on a virtual call with a client, right? Like there's a lot of different things I'm usually doing at the same time, which is the reason why I trade like that usually, like trade during the other hours, like this hour. By now, I'm usually like getting ready for bed, right? So I usually don't trade this period. Trade cattle, eh? You know, I was actually talking to someone in the Discord the other day. This actually not other day, it was a few weeks back now. We decided to trade corn just for fun, and unfortunately, our trade we were holding it and it wasn't doing anything for so long. So we're like, forget it. So we manually closed our corn trade, but we actually looked at it the next day and we're like, oh man, our target would have hit. Like it actually like moved like very strong, but we didn't sit around to watch it happen, obviously. So how to get your edge. So, I mean, I think first and foremost, does everyone here even know what edge is? Because I think that there's not everyone understand what that is. Edge isn't just about strategy. Edge is basically something that allows you, that kind of provides you an understanding of your expected value, but also something that provides you a higher probability in the markets and in whatever it is that you're doing. So what how do you find your edge? I mean, trading, you have to put reps in to know what your edge is, right? Whether it is your strategy, whether it's your ability to read news, maybe it's your ability to execute trades fast. Like there's so many facets to this, right? That's actually one of the reasons why I created like hotkeys for entering trades up here. You can see I created these because like sometimes speed is in itself a key factor to trading, right? So by creating hotkeys, it means that I can enter market orders at a much more rapid rate without having to like go over here, create the forecast, limit my order, and yada 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 yada, right? So yeah, it really just depends, man. When we're at all-time highs, what do you look for? The reverse double tops hit versus make a lower high. What confidence do you need line for you? Yeah, man. When I'm like, so if I'm like taking a reversal, let's say like right now, right? I'd have to be in an area that makes a lot of sense. So like on the chart, maybe I have a lot of hourly levels or references or whatever it may be. And then when we had the double top pattern, that would be my pattern structure that I would kind of look for. And then from a bar by bar perspective, we'd have to have some like solid failure candles. Sorry, for it to make sense for me to want to do that. Sorry, man, getting over a cough still. But that would be kind of it. Like that would be some examples for me of what I would look for. Entry criteria wise, I'm looking for generally multiple time frames at the same time, so it's not just one time frame. So I look for structure. Are we trending? Are we ranging? Bar by bar analysis on 3 different time frames. Usually I'll let the larger time frames guide those 3 time frames as well for me. And usually I'm a stickler when it comes to like my risk as well. But those would be some things I would look for in terms of my setups. If you're just hopping on, by the way, ABC, I've been just kind of scalping for fun this stream, just kind of playing things around because a few weeks back I've been learning, and I realized my TP hit. I've been realizing that not realizing, I've been working on learning how to scalp. Right, I've been, and because it's not my area of expertise, and you might ask, like, Alan, if there's nothing wrong with your trading, why would you even bother learning how to scalp? And the reason being is because I coach, right? Like I do mentor in the same way, like in the entrepreneur world. If I was working in the restaurant industry, I'm going to give you this example. Sorry, I feel like sometimes I'm kind of rambling here, but as an entrepreneur, let's just say I specialize in working with like fine dining restaurants, right? But then tomorrow, and then I had a client that comes to me and says, "Hey, Alan, I need your help building out my fast food chain." Well, if I've never had fast food experience, I'm gonna have to learn it, right? So then I would learn the nuances around it, like how it all works and whatever. So trading, I'm kind of similar. I know my system. I have my system of trading. I know my expected value. But if a person comes to me who says, "Hey, Alan, I want you to coach me. I want you to mentor me to be a better trader. Can you help me?" I have to ask questions like, what's your style? What do you do?" If they say to me, "I'm a scalper," I'm gonna have to ask a lot of questions, right? Like I think there's a lot of fundamentals, how to read a chart, psychology, disciplines, processes, tools, all these things that I can help that trader with. But for me to fully engage and be super engaged with the student, I would at the very least like to have some fundamental knowledge of what scalping means, right? And I think different people have different opinions on what that represents and what that means. But that recently I've been doing that. I actually showed my trader stats the last stream, and like you can see during those 3 days I was like practicing how to scalp because I took like 100 and 120 trades per day, which is like unreal because I don't do that normally. But anyways, that's just kind of my thought on that. Take it easy, Lance. Thanks for tuning in, bro. I can show you. Robert, are you still on the stream right now? I don't mind providing the quick tutorial on how to create hotkeys. I'm sure some of the people in the Discord, not Discord, some people in the stream probably would want to know too. Thanks, Andrew. Okay, cool. So I guess I'll answer the question now. So for how to set up hotkeys. So guys, I kind of mentioned early on, like I do use hotkeys to take trades in. So at the top left hand corner, guys, if you guys can see, there are a sell and a buy button here. Okay. And so essentially, if you want to create something for yourself, so I'm going to switch to the NQ chart just for more familiarity. If I'm going to switch to the NQ chart, and then so at the top left hand side here, you'll see a toggle here, right? If you click on the toggle, you can see here that I have setups that I've done before. So I'm going to show you how I create these. So for example, right now, if I want to create one, I would click on sell or buy. So don't worry, it's not going to automatically buy something if I click on it. So if I click on it right now, it's going to open up the box. What I'm going to do next now is I'm going to open up the edits for the exits and the stop loss or entries and stop loss. And so your size here is irrelevant because your size will always type in whenever you're about to take a trade. But for example here, if I wanted to take a trade or I want to create a barometer measure for like say a 60-point trade. So assuming that I want to create a bracket for a 60-point trade, I would come here and I would say, okay, well, I know 30 points on a trade is 120 ticks. So I would need 240 ticks in order for it to be 60 points. Now, let's just say that that's my target, but I also need to set a stop loss. If I want to set my stop loss for 30 points, so let's just say this is a 2R trade, I'm going to risk 30 points for 60 points. So if that's the case, then I would have 240 ticks for my profit target, which equates to 60 points, 120 for my 30-point stop loss. Once I have that set up, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to come up here and actually, oh, sorry. I think I have to have a contract there first. Yes. So now that I have that set up, I just come up here, I go save order preset. And so now that I know what I've done here, I'm going to type in the chat, type in the box here. This is a 2R trade, 60 points, right? And so that's my label for it. And then I save it. Now that I have it saved, if I go to the top left-hand corner now, you'll see here, I have it up here now. 2R trade, 60 points. You can see that now. You guys following along? Hopefully this makes sense. And then basically, if I click on it right now, this will provide me the quick link now. You can see here it says 2R trade, 60 points for my short, 2R trade, 60 points for my buy. And so now if I click on it just like this, it automatically populates it for me. So now so if I was to hotkey this, I would just go Shift B, right? Or Shift S to sell. And then I would just click enter and that will automatically put me into a trade just like that. So that's essentially how you go about it. Hopefully it helps. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem at all. No problem. We're about 3 minutes away from London Open. Yeah, drop some thumbs up on the video if that helps. That helps a lot, gang. If this 15-minute closes bearish, I don't mind taking a stab at NQ shorts. Even though it might not be a good idea with London Open. I don't know. I feel like I should wait for the sweep of the all-time highs. A little too risky to enter otherwise. Gold longs are really shaping up here, though. Do I want to scalp for 2 points? I don't have a scalp actually for 2 points. I got to create one for gold. What kind of trader am I? So how would I do? I mean, I'm a trend. I can trade the trend. I can trade the range. I'm a price action trader. In the end of the day, very big on bar by bar. I would say, and I like to trade the NQ predominantly, and I'll mess around with gold once in a while. But NQ is kind of my go-to asset that I trade. And no, I'm not a scalper. I know I've been kind of messing around a lot for tonight, but if you watch all my other streams, I don't scalp. That's not my cup of tea. Yeah, man, all good, all good. Yeah, I mean, trades have been kind of eh. I mean, I don't want to mess around with my profits all too much either because I have like 5,400 right now, so I do want to take the payout on that account instead. So I don't want to overdo it. We'll see. I have enough reserved in the barrel for one more trade, so I'm okay if I risk $400 more on tonight. We'll see. Yeah, bubble tea is my cup of tea. That's right. You know me too well. Okay, London's open. You stick to your plan. No matter what, you stick to your plan. If you have a trade and you're in, don't micromanage it. I'm going to scalp gold 2 points. Let's get this momentum push here on gold. Just want to make sure it is actually 2 points. It is. Fantastic. When I see these wicks here, by the way, guys, like when I look at prior price action and I see these wicks, it makes me a little uneasy to keep it at 2 points just because I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, I have to kind of get past that price here, but I think we might have enough momentum. It is London open. Let's see if we can get the push. Are you gonna get it? You gonna tease me? You give me the target? Don't do this, man. Don't do this to me. You can see the pullback, right, guys? Do you see the wick that I was talking about? Literally, look at that. Look at that. Look at that wick. So this is the reason why I made the comment earlier, like, oh, maybe I should move it down a little bit to not be a prick for a tick. And that's the reason why I made that comment. So if it doesn't hit and hits my stop loss, then I kind of deserve it for not adjusting it, but I'm going to leave it as is. What's NQ doing? NQ still holding beneath the level. Trying, though. Maybe this is the push. Can we get the push on this candle? What are you guys looking at? You said your NQ target's 820, right? Down here? Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get that move, but I mean, whatever your plan was, you got to stick to your trade, right? I mean, if you're second guessing your trade now, the problem is going to be that you're not going to be able to, like, if it hits your target after you fail your trade, you bail out of your trade. I mean, I don't know what that's going to do to your mentals. See you later, Leo. Take it easy. Thanks for tuning in, man. After this trade, this will be my last one. Any questions for me, gang? Especially if you guys are planning to trade still later on tonight. Hey, no problem, Willie. Yeah, I am. This is my slot, my time slot, 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time. Hey, no problem, Kalani. No problem at all. Let's take a look at my calendar here. prop accounts wise, I only can use. I'm basically only trading with two right now. It's Take Profit Trader and Top Step. I'm pretty much capped out with most prop firms. At least most of the ones that people would know. My Fund of Futures. I'm waiting to be moved live still. Tradeify. I'm capped with them already. Capped with Fund of Futures family. Uh, Capped with Lucid for now, but I should be able to start trading with them again soon because they actually have a cooldown period that allows you to come back still. I'm capped out with Apex as well. So yeah. Oh, there you go. Target hit. Nice. Thanks, Gandhi. Appreciate it, man. Now that puts me at $5,600 in profit now with this account. I think for the remainder of the night, guys, I would watch gold here, to be honest. Like, if we fail this area over and over and over again, like, I could honestly, I could see us opening up for shorts, to be honest. And that's a big if. I think the safer bet right now for any trade setup right now, both on the NQ and GC, if you can wait, is to wait to see how the hourly candle closes. The hourly candle will be the telltale of whether or not we can continue or whether we fail and we go lower. That's kind of my thought process and 2 cents right now on both. I know it's so slow, man. Like this is the reason why I said like you guys ask questions, man. I'll answer any questions you guys got. Yeah, it's brutal. Ah, it's Melbourne. Yeah, here there's a lot of Australians for sure. Capped means that I've maxed out my payouts. Prop firms usually have max payouts. So like my Fund of Futures, I have $100,000 in prop payouts from them. Tradeify 100,000. Fund of Futures family, I think it was 70,000 I had. Lucid, I'm 75,000. Apex, I did about 100 grand. Yeah, so they're all different. If you follow me on Instagram as well, you'll probably see because I actually post some of that stuff as well. Starting to move. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's kind of my 2 cents right now, though. I'd watch that. Yeah, I mean, right now, to be honest, for NQ, I don't feel comfortable shorting right now. I really don't. I think that we, at the very least, need to sweep up here, whether it's the level. I mean, even up here, man. I'd wait. This is why I want to see the hourly close. Like, if price even manages to penetrate back up here and then closes back beneath here, beneath the level, I'd be open to taking that short. I mean, I'm gonna be asleep for sure by then, so there's no point. But do I want to scalp longs too as well here on the NQ just cause? Do I? Let's give it a shot. But I'm gonna hit the hay, guys. I am gonna hit the hay. This will be like my last for fun trade with the gang, and then I'm out. Let's see if we get it. My IG. Oh yeah. This is my Instagram, guys. See you tomorrow, gang. See you tomorrow. But that's my Instagram, guys. If you guys want to drop a follow there, you can always DM me there as well. I do post there as often as I can, and you'll see that I love food because I post a lot about food there. Thanks, man. Yeah, the chicken wrap was pretty good, man. That chicken wrap was pretty good. I'll be eating lots of food again tomorrow. I have restaurant client meetings tomorrow. I'm literally in meetings for like 9 hours tomorrow, so there'll be a lot of eating on my end. Gold shorts are looking like they're shaping up here. So did you guys see that channel that I drew earlier on gold? Look at that. To the wick, man. To the wick. That's whack. Thanks, Tori. Appreciate it, man. I'm not from the US. I'm actually from Canada. I'm in the West Coast, Vancouver. So if you're in the US, my time zone would be basically similar to LA, California. Man, that gold short. Look at that. Look at that. To the wick. To the wick. How big was that move? It's not a big move, but still a move. What is that? Not too shabby. 4 points, 4.5 points. That's not bad. That's not bad. Didi, what time zone are you in actually? Never asked you, man. If this trade doesn't hit, by the way, in 5 minutes, I'm gonna call it. I am getting really tired. I gotta be up in like 5.5 hours. GMT 530 IST. Where are you from? Ah, okay, got it. All right, 2 minutes left, and then I'm gonna call it. You're in Abu Dhabi, man. Living the dream. You're living the dream. Hopefully it's safe over there, guys. I don't really know. I'm not really keeping up to date with the politics of the world all too much, but hopefully you're not within the risky parts of it. Yeah, I would imagine the hotels would be cheap. No one wants to be there because it's too noisy, probably, right? I've been trading for 5 years. Trading for 5 years, but I would say I've been trading seriously for 3 years because the first 2 years I'd consider me just dabbling in things. I am gonna eat a lot tomorrow. That's good, Peach. I'm glad. These are crazy times, man. These are crazy times. All right, it's 12:15, man. This is I'm gonna leave the trade though, so if it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. All good. But yeah, I'm gonna call it, guys. I will be on for the next couple nights here as well, 5 days a week, basically from my time zone. That's Sunday night to Thursday night. So yeah, man. I'll see you guys in the next few streams here, and again, follow me on Instagram if you guys want to continue conversation off stream. But you guys have yourself a really great night, man. Thanks for tuning in. Deity. No, it's not a challenge or anything. I have meetings with restaurant clients, so we just have a lot of food to eat. Thanks, gang. Still closed off at $5,400 in profit, so no complaints here. Still in the green. Have a good night, guys.